Welcome back to Pints with Ayre on this wonderful June 30th. Cheers, Mr. Airhead in Chief.
Cheers.
Wonderful. Today we have just a nice, I would almost consider a pretty old-fashioned lager, but the Lagerado from Odell's is what we're sipping on today. I know we need to get back on track with our Ayre checklist since I committed to 30 for 30 for Ayre, but we like Odell's too. They're up in Fort Collins.
Yeah, they're just a couple blocks away from Fat Tire Brewing. I mean New Belgium, sorry.
Yeah, well, that's the one everyone knows, Fat Tire.
Right.
But yeah,
that started it all.
Yeah, true. Yeah, well, so this is real crisp, light lager. I mean, it's nice. Not my favorite, but it's good. Something I'll drink.
I like this one quite a bit. It's nice and light. There's just a little bit of tartness, a little bit of body to it. This goes down nice and easy.
Yeah. Well, I've got this really pretty cool, beautiful new product right behind me here. I might as well just get out of the way.
Sure looks like an EX8.
It kind of does. But it's not. It's the AX8. Yeah, we're here to talk about
AX8, the preamplifier.
Yeah, we're following up on the VX8 episode a bit. This is kind of the companion product to that, and we're now finally starting to see some of the parts that we've been waiting for so that we can start building these things. And yeah, it's about time that we start talking about it and getting ready to start shipping these things. So figured it'd be good to talk about it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we just got the final physical parts in, and so we're just waiting on some board stuffing. And then it'll be ready to go. After some manual writing and stuff that we know is part we like to forget about and push off to the last second and beyond. But yeah,
man, you had to say the M word.
Fortunately, that to be honest, like the EX8 manual will be an excellent starting point for that. It's duplicates a lot of the functionality and the look, obviously. So so it's not again building on the whole X8 series. Part of the whole idea of the whole series was to share as many parts as possible between at the core to be able to make different products from. So this again, the same physical chassis. This uses the same faceplate, almost all the same chassis pieces as the EX8. This has a customized rear panel. It has slightly different connector options and silk screen, obviously. Otherwise, and so it even uses the same raw board, and it's just stuffed differently because obviously it doesn't have the power amplifier section, so it doesn't need that stuffed. And it has more input options, so there's more inputs available on the KX8 than the EX8. So whereas the EX8 has one balanced and two single-ended, the KX8 has two balanced and three single-ended, plus all our standard digital options, which are options. It can be analog only, or it can be, the SPDIF digital only. You can add USB, you can add the Ethernet.
Yeah, and those USB and Ethernet inputs are same approach as we showed off last week, I think it was, with our CX8 network and USB episode here. So this is kind of the look that you could expect with that setup. Just no cable connection, just kind of a hard contact point from board to board. Yeah, the two balanced inputs is really handy. I mean, once we start filling out this lineup here, for people, wanting a full 8 series system, I see a CX8 via balanced with streaming and USB as a great digital front end, and then you've got another set of balanced for your phono stage, which
Yep.
we'll get a chance to talk more about later this year. But yeah, it's going to give you your primary analog and digital kind of sources with balanced inputs for 1 and 2, and anything extra can go in those RCAs. I kind of want a tuner. I kind of want to get another FM tuner, and I'll just so I can find an excuse to make use of the single endeds in mine.
Right.
Yeah, so it looks like an EX8, and deceivingly, yeah, at first sight it looks like one, but to the ears, I think right away, when you're able to hear this and a VX8 side by side with an EX8, there's going to be some pretty noticeable details that jump out, and I think a lot of it has to do with the volume control mechanism.
Yeah, so that's where the KX8 does diverge from kind of the X8 and the EX8 the most. And so where the EX8, we were forced to use a more traditional volume control method where we had a pre-attenuator, which is 99.9% of preamps and integrated amps out there use that style. So like the rest of our current preamp line, like the KX5 and the KXR, we have a true variable gain technology. And the KX8 has a version of that variable gain, so that's where it is going to be a big step up from the EX8 as far as that volume control technology. And it uses the same. Now, oddly, I don't want to necessarily give away too much, but it uses the same style motorized Alps pot, but it is used differently. It's used as actual variable gain. Sorry.
Busy man. Yeah, so the variable gain aspect essentially to my ears just unlocked a whole new level of just detail and depth and just full bodiedness to the sound at the same volume levels, but most noticeably at lower volume levels. So I don't have.
Yeah, is that right? Yeah, I think we've talked about at least once before on these episodes, but yeah, the quite likely the biggest benefit of the variable gain technology is that the signal noise ratio does not change with volume setting. So as you turn the volume down, the signal goes down, but the noise goes down too, which is not typical of most volume controls. Right. Most volume controls, the noise is fixed. With a variable gain, sorry, we turn the noise down too. So it's virtually linear top to bottom. So you get again excellent signal noise even at low listening levels. Even while, and so again, depending on your system, if you have an efficient system, efficient speakers, small room, I mean, your normal listening level, which might be pretty loud, is still really low on the volume control. And this will give you a huge benefit of still having excellent full scale signal noise.
Yeah, where I've, one thing that kind of that I've kind of noticed is that when I'm listening to this setup versus the EX8, I find like as soon as I turn the volume up from 0 to like the most kind of minimal setting, and I like as soon as I start hearing the music, it's like the sound is there for me. It's just it sounds right, and the EX8 sounds great, but I find I have to get myself a little bit further up there to kind of get that same kind of connection, almost just slightly, and and it's just, it's one of those subtle but really kind of powerful differences between that setup of the KX8 VX8 separates versus the EX8. Both both are going to provide a world-class experience, no doubt, but yeah, that's the objection kind of, or the goal with the separates here for the 8 series is that it's gonna, doing that is going to unlock the full potential, I guess, of that system. Fun. Yeah, there it is, stacked underneath of our CX8 as well. Yeah, so these are based off some of the parts we were receiving and what the timing is. I mean, my estimate is by the end of July into August, these things are going to start getting out to our dealers that have them on order. So if anyone is in search of a preamp, this is a great option. I mean, especially for people who have been used to like our K5 XE, for example, like that. This is kind of the logical progression for any of our past K5 XE owners. I mean, this is kind of intended to replace that in a sense, but you're getting so much value. You've got the headphone amp section built in too now.
Yep.
And the ability to outfit it with the DAC and the streaming or USB options. I mean, it's not just an evolution on the analog side, but it really is just kind of could be the total package for a lot of people's systems too.
Yep. Yeah. I'm really excited for this. I think people are going to be really, really happy.
Yeah, and so this is kind of an unrelated thing to the KX8, but I've had a lot of fun listening to some music the last couple days, and
yeah, I'm pretty jealous.
Yeah, I'm trying to post and share and make sure people get to enjoy some of it too. But it's been pretty cool, man. Just this guy Mono Neon, I did not even realize he played for Prince, and I got to see Mono Neon a couple nights last night at the Fox in Boulder, and this is not a weird like effect. He plays with his bass lefty and strung backwards, and he's a unique cat, man. I mean, he is amazing though. I mean, when I first heard him in recordings, I could tell he's got some soul, and he's a great musician. But after kind of seeing him and kind of just seeing his presence and his command of the bass guitar, I mean, he's I can see now why he's come up so fast in the recent years. He's got this bass that he's now a signature artist for Fender guitars for, so you can buy the Mono Neon signature bass, and just, man, he's shot up and he's getting a lot of attention. But this whole band is really, really talented, and yeah, they're all neon down here. And then the band Ramachandra, this is anesthesia, I think I said that right, but oh man, this is such a unique band. I really enjoyed seeing them. The drums, the bass, the synth, the harp, the combination of them together is just so unique. And they're like, she reminds me a lot of Joni Mitchell. She's got this kind of real poetic way about her lyrics, and kind of the flow is really similar. And so that kind of jumped out at me when I first heard her singing. But the drums in this band just give me goosebumps. It makes my hair stand up. I love the drums in this band. It's pretty wild. This was cut out, but this hi-hat here, I think it's a trash can hi-hat, and he's got the top outfitted with like an Oscar the Grouch Muppet head, so it kind of looks like he's talking when he's doing it. It's a lot of fun. And then this other group, Colorado group, Saved by Aliens. This guy John Bohannon's a really good bass player, and actually, it's kind of funny. He was one of the first local musicians that I met when I moved to Colorado, and just being a bass player too, like we hit it off right away. But he gave me a CD, one of the recordings that he had done, pretty recent to the time, and it was a reggae cover. Oh, I should have put the cover art on here, but maybe I'll find a link for it. But it was a reggae full album cover of Purple Rain, actually. So there's another Prince connection here, but that is really good. The Denver Dub Collective is the group that did that album. That was who did it. But oh man, I love that album. I'm a Prince fan, but that version is almost, I don't know, I just like the feel of it a little more. It's really good. But that's kind of what got me going on following these guys. Is I really got into John's bass playing pretty early on when I first moved up here. So great music this weekend. I might even go see Mono Neon again tonight. So it's it was that good. He's worth seeing twice because he's here again. He was in Boulder last night and he's in Denver tonight. So yeah, next time I'm dragging you out, I swear.
Yeah, it'd be good.
Yeah, well, I'll make sure I'm dragging you out of here early so that we're not here all night.
Yeah, I try to remember last show I went to. I think I went with the family. We went to Fiddler's Green. We saw a big show. I know my daughters are going to a show at Red Rocks here pretty soon, but I don't have any plans to see anything right now.
Yeah, we all went last night. We took the kids and we dragged them out, and because at the Fox there's like a bunch of spots that are kind of nice seating area for families and kids. Like you can get kids way up high on the wall so they can see down and stuff. And they loved it. I mean, they only last so long though, so I mean it ends up being kind of maybe a shorter, expensive excursion because you're buying 5 concert tickets with fees, and then you might have to leave early because somebody's tired or whatever. But, it's cool experiences. If I could have seen Ramachandra at 10 or 11 or 7, or it would be pretty inspiring. Yeah, let's find a show to go to, and then we will play that music on the KX8. Yeah, I'm excited. I feel spoiled because I've had one here that I've been playing with in the room behind me for the last several weeks, and it just sounds so awesome. So I'm really excited for it. It's one of my kind of more favorite products that I'm looking forward to getting into my home at some point soon.
Yeah.
Anything other development stories or tricks or things you've learned or acquired while working on the KX8 versus kind of our other preamps?
No, I mean, being part of the whole X8 series, I mean, it was all just kind of a blur. It was a few years ago now. This has been sitting in the pipeline, ready to go for a couple of years now. So I've already repressed a lot of it at this point. But no, it was not super exciting, except for dealing with the whole volume control, because we had different plans with the EX8 originally, and then we had to shift gears and change the design, change the gun, and then again, and then with the volume control again was really and with any preamp that's really the crux of the design is the volume control. So we had to based around this more affordable Alps carbon motorized pot, which sounds excellent, but there's it's never straightforward. So we play some tricks as far as matching and a lot of things. It's sensitive to certain things, and so we learned the hard way early on EX8, and we fixed that in the prototyping and the beta. So we we know how to blow them up, and we know now how not to blow them up. So that's good. And yeah, there's nothing super exciting there. We've learned, and you get to benefit from that. So that's it.
Well, probably the closest thing to just I mean, the sound I get from it is just like a wide open DAC at any volume level. It's as full as it can be. I mean, it just sounds fantastic. So good job, Ariel. You did good on that one.
Thanks.
Gotta give credit where it's due. All right, well, that is our KX8. Get in touch with your dealers. We have a lot of awesome dealers and a lot of really cool new dealers that we're gonna introduce and add to the website. And we're expanding the family a little bit and refining the family a little bit too. But we've got a lot of great dealers, and if you have any questions or you want help finding a great dealer, or you don't have one yet and you have a good suggestion for a new dealer for us, get in touch with us, please. We'd love to hear about it, because we like making new friends. All right, Ariel.
Indeed. Yeah.
Oh man, you were fast. All right, well, cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Have a wonderful weekend.
Indeed.